High vibrations, sweet babies. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little reading because I was feeling one coming in and I'm really stoked about it because it's been a little quiet on my end. I did need to strengthen up my boundaries a bit and discern where I was tapping into. But you know, I don't like to force readings to happen. I think it should be, very fun and flowy. So, what I was feeling into initially was that we're all kind of just blooming at our own pace. And in fact, I just recorded a little quick EFT that you can follow along to. You can find it pretty much like all over the place because that's where I'm going to post it, is all over the place. And it's for comparison and why we shouldn't do that and why we should just embrace our own individuality and our own pace and course that we're on. And I really just had this, I don't know why this was coming into me, but that's why I want to pull some more cards about it. We're all so unique and we need very different things to thrive and to feel soul aligned, yes, and to feel like we're on our we're just connecting to our highest version of ourselves. I was thinking about how when you look at, I was eating my bagel because I was like, I cannot pull cards until I eat something. I am hungry, and leave it to your earthly dominated chart of a friend to tell you to eat something if you have a little rumble in your tumbly. Please nourish yourself. Make sure you're eating enough, for real. It is nourishment and it is fuel, and you cannot, produce the things in your life without fuel. And if you're I don't know, to me it's like that hunger needs to represent your hunger for life. If you're hungry for life, you need to fuel yourself, and you need to, you're gonna want nourishment and nutrients and fuel. I don't know why. It's just where's people's hunger for life these days? That's the message that wants to come through. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, please make sure you're eating enough and drinking enough water. Hydration is always important. I feel like there's been a little bit of ascension that's happened for some friends over here. And usually when that occurs, it's really good to nourish and hydrate. And you might have some ascension symptoms. Maybe you won't even notice it. Who cares, but just take care of yourself. I do feel like the analogy of blooming at our own pace and that whole idea of being a plant was actually kind of coming up a lot as well. You need nutrients, you need nourishment, and then you can grow and bloom and flourish. To fuel your growth journey, you need to make sure you're replenishing, because we all, like I said before, we all need different things to thrive. I might be a fire sign, and that's fine and dandy, but I can't thrive and show my full fire sign and show that full passion and zest the way that I want to if I'm not doing all the things that are conducive for the rest of my self. I feel because I'm ruled by Earth, I just think it's funny. What if all of our astrology birth charts with the percentages excuse me, of different elements was almost a little plant tag of like how to care for your plant. You know what I mean? Like for me, it would be, oh, you got to make sure that the soil, like, it's very rooted, very grounded, and make sure that it's like stable and secure and got a cozy home life. Is very much like an aesthetically pleasing plant, because you know, that's what the whole like earth side of things is. And then, you know, you want to give it a lot of sunlight, and also like let it grow and go in all kinds of different directions. Like that's the kind of plant that I would be. Like once my soil and my like pot, you know, my home is good and rooted and stable, then I can like really like grow. I feel like I would probably be vines and like vine out in all different directions, because I'm a Sagittarius and just like want to explore every crevice of the home, you know. And you know, got to make sure you have some good like loose air in that soil, like just a little bit. I don't even know if I have any air in my chart, to be honest with you. I might be more tightly packed. But you get what I'm saying. So like, I don't know, I just think it's funny to kind of think of our birth charts and like our elements in that way, and like how we can nurture ourselves so that we can really thrive and flourish. And I've just had a lot of readings lately that talk about stepping into like the fullness of our sun sign, and really like the gifts of our sun sign, and being able to share our true selves, instead of kind of just wearing the projections of our rising sign. Let's see, what else was I wanting to share? Oh yeah, and just like, you know, because we would all have a very different how to take care of your plant tag, right? We're all so different, and every birth chart speaks to that. We might have similar placements. I have a friend, he and I have identical birth charts, all except for our moon, but they're sister planets. Or I'm sorry, not planets, sister signs. So it's so interesting. Like we practically have the exact same birth chart. We're very similar people for sure. But each of those planets and all of those signs, as much as they are aligned, they're all different degrees, just varying so slightly. There are such slight differences in every single chart. You won't have, it's like a fingerprint or a snowflake. And I think that's so beautiful, and it speaks to our individuality and just truly how we're supposed to be so individual and unique. Like there's no getting around that. So, you know, just let what other people... Oh, is this my mattress? No, it's not. I'm getting a mattress delivered. I'm very excited about it, but it also needs to hurry up because I have to get ready for work. But yeah, let people be people. Let people need what they need to thrive and flourish, and understand that their plant care tag is just different than yours. Like they might need a lot more sun, a lot more attention. They might need a lot of like extroversion, entertainment to feel like they're really like thriving. You know, other people might need a lot of depth and emotional well-being. You know, we all need different things. What would your plant care tag look like? I'm curious. Can you drop a message to me or a comment on the YouTube video or something, and just give me a little insight on how your plant needs to be taken care of, right? Because we're all organisms. We're all basically plants anyway. I think it's just such an adorable little analogy. Let's see. What else wants to pop on for this reading? That's really what wanted to come through, but I just want this is how you bring a lot of just joy and stability, and I think a lot of like love, but not even necessarily like romantic. It's just like you fall in love with your life again when you are just like accepting that everybody's different and needs different things. This is how you heal and how you recover. You start to accept yourself and you accept other people, and the way that they do things is not always going to work for you. The way that you do things is not always going to work for them, right? And it's really not anybody's business. If people are having fun, enjoying themselves, being joyful, then that's really all that matters. Exactly. If they're not hurting anybody, you know, who cares? What's the problem? I think there's a lot of like, okay, yeah, I'm going to stop shuffling. This feels really beautiful. I'll make it these ones. If anything else wants to come out, this might be a little bit more in depth than I thought it was going to be. I feel like there's a lot of, yes, hope and potential for especially growth, recovery, connection. Might be a lot of reminiscent energy kind of going around. I think something new is about to be kind of birthed into life. This could be commitment of some kind. There's a need to just make sure you're not holding on too tight to emotions. Yeah, and I feel like the art of letting go is really going to help you break some cycles and stay connected to like what it is we're talking about, of how everybody's just different. Everyone's different. That's all it is, you know? When we just like allow that to be the truth, who cares what other people are doing? It's like, it's not me. It's like, that's what you do, you know? That's not me. This could be an air sign. This could also be somebody who is used to, I don't like want to say this because it's kind of a not nice thing to say, but this person might be a little bit of a, oh my God, I don't want to even say it. It's like gold digger. Somebody who's used to using people or things being transactional, especially relationships. So what I'm seeing here is like, you know, everybody does things a little bit differently, okay? And gambling might be a thing. It could be that life is a gamble, things are a gamble. Taking risks, are they calculated? Are they risky? But I see that there's relationships here, possibly with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that needs healing, and it is healing, and I feel like it's going to be really beautiful and very joyous, and it has the potential for a lot of beautiful things to grow and come from it, for sure. This could even have something to do with like motherhood. The way someone looks at motherhood, the way someone was a mother, the way someone wants to be a mother, I don't know, things like that. But I do see that there's like a serious healing that's going to come from this. And it's like going to bring things a little bit full circle. Might be views around like what's worth committing to, recovering, healing from old cycles, repeated karmic cycles, moving, something regarding moving, feeling more stability in the home life ideally would be great, but I do see father wounds might be what has caused this to be destabilizing in the past. Just remember, you can't rush this healing. The journey is the destination, okay? How can you connect with your soul star energy center, which is all about being authentic and shining your light without having to be how do I put it? Without having to put on, like, it's a very just real, authentic kind of magnetism that comes from connecting to this. And it just feels like whatever you're on track for now and the path that you're on right now for that is going to be a long journey. It could be a very, like, multiple years, maybe 10 years, like even longer kind of a journey that brings you to the type of soul star energy that you really want to be in. I see that this relationship is very much connected to that. I think that there's like an avoidance. There was like an avoidance going on at one point. And here it is again. Love is a gamble. Sometimes things are a gamble, and unless you really can connect to like your self-love and why you're worthy of that, I do see here that there's like angels looking over this, and you should trust in this. But if you are not connected to your self-love, it's hard to take risks in love because you kind of feel like you're not worthy of things working out. And this could for sure be cycles or patterns that were passed down. And I hope that you let it go for the sake of your mental health and for your relationship with others, particularly with probably parents. You know, I think there's like a lot of understanding that's going to come from this is about yourself and how you receive love and how you connect with others, how much fun and joy and stability you find in connection with others. It might be really directly related to the way that someone was pregnant with you, because epigenetics is a very interesting and real thing. So that might be something that you might want to look into. But it also might have to do with some of the things that destabilized you within a relationship with your father or with somebody who is a air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay? So it's up to you to decide, you know, what things. This is like a very interesting reading, to be honest with you. But don't compare yourself. Everybody needs something different in order to thrive. And I feel like right now you're thinking about how you can thrive in your relationships and connecting with other people, and you're trying to maybe break out of some cycles that just feel like there's a lack of authenticity, and you might be trying to come from the heart and you can't access the heart, so you're trying to, like, you know, use a little magnetism and like star power, but you can't really shine as bright as you want to be coming from that soul star without being able to come into your heart space and trust that people are going to receive and recognize and appreciate you for who you really are. And I think that that might be really what part of the kind of karmic cycles are that you're breaking, And if you're able to keep working through those, I think it's going to heal more than one relationship. I think it's going to heal multiple relationships. And it's ultimately going to literally bring you into like that glow that you've always wanted, like that magnetism that you've always wanted. Connections. Everything's about connections. So being able to truly do that. Yeah, it feels like a really positive reading that we just had here. And it all starts with acceptance of self and others. Do things that make you feel joyful, regardless of what other people's opinions are. Don't look at other people's faces while you're having fun. Just enjoy yourself. Just be in that moment and have fun. Like, who cares? Who cares? Dress the way you want to dress. Put on your funky clothes. Do the fun things that light you up. There's a lot of hope here, a lot of potential for really joyous, stabilizing love, recovery, connections, fun, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, I love him.